Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Sara Eisen. Earnings are popping. The economy's growing, yet markets haven't really budged. Kate Warne is investment strategist with Edward Jones. She joins us now to discuss what the market is missing. And Kate, you have two things you say that investors are not paying attention to right now. What are they?
Well, we think first, investors really aren't paying attention to the fact that the budget deal that went through Congress earlier this year adds government spending as a pillar for economic growth, and that says, well, we should expect faster economic growth later this year. It's not going to be a dramatic change, but it's enough that should propose a catalyst for stocks. And second, we really think investors haven't paid enough attention to the really stellar first quarter earnings we've seen. Companies have been beating by a percent that's higher than average, and with 20+% earnings growth expected, some of that was baked in, but the fact that companies not only have beat by a higher percentage, but also are saying earnings continue to grow, that's something that also provides support for stocks over time.
First, on the spending side of things, don't you think that a lot of it was baked in when President Trump got elected on promises of more infrastructure spending, lower taxes, deregulation, that was already, the market ran up about 30% since the election. So I just wonder how much more room there is for the markets to factor that in.
Well, I think what wasn't expected was that Congress would reach a deal that instead of keeping deficits at a relatively constant level, that we'd actually see deficit spending increase, especially so late in the economic cycle. So I think that actually is something that is a surprise compared to what was baked in. And I do think that's part of why we expect slightly stronger economic growth later this year. And I don't think it's really been taken into account because we don't know where the government's going to spend. Remember, there wasn't an infrastructure bill passed. I don't think there will be one. This is in addition to that.
Right. And you don't think that anyone's scared of return of the $1 trillion deficit, high debt to GDP going even higher?
I think that'll be a problem in the future, but I don't think that's a problem short term, and that's really where we're focused right now, which is what happens in the rest of 2018 and early 2019.
Why do you think investors haven't processed the double-digit earnings growth as a good thing and as a catalyst for the market to go higher?
I think when you get lots of good earnings and expectations are so high, part of that is priced in. But I think investors have begun to focus on what could go wrong rather than what continues to go right. And of course, we've heard all kinds of things that possibly could go wrong, whether it's higher interest rates or concerns about nuclear deals in the rest of the world or geopolitical risks, trade disruptions. I think those are the things investors are more focused on. They're saying, what could go wrong, not what can go right. And with double-digit earnings growth expected for the rest of the year, I don't think that's really as factored in as you would expect, given that we all know that that's the case. And I think companies are beating, and that's also going to be something that provides a catalyst for future growth.
And quickly, you like technology, financials, and industrials. So you've got a cyclical view here that growth is going to be pretty good.
Yes, we do think that it's more cyclicals, and in particular with rising interest rates, that leads us to be a little less defensive, but it's fundamentally stronger growth in the U.S., stronger growth in the rest of the world, which we hope rebounds from the pause in the first quarter, that will support rising stock prices and especially the cyclicals.
Kate, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Maybe investors will start paying attention. Kate Warne of Edward Jones. And thank you all for watching Trading Nation. I'm Sara Eisen. We'll see you next time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.